place that has too much gossip, I have no business looking at it unless it's for leisure. But I can't see gossip being leisure to me. I don't enjoy other people's business. I'm too much into my distraction. Why would I be worried about another man?
Absolutely.
For what? If he ain't affected me, I'm not related to him, he ain't a friend of mine, why am I caring what another dude's wearing? Or what his girl's saying? Or how much money he got in his pocket? Well, I don't have time for that. I'm too busy worried about my life. I got my girl, I got my bread, I got my problems. I'm not worried about nobody else's. And you know what they looking like? That's just not me. And I think a lot of people escape and live vicariously through other people because they don't love their life. But that's not me. The people that are looking at gossip aren't the same people that are looking at business. Because if you're looking at business, you're not worried about gossip. Why are you worried about TMZ? Is everybody else's business. I ain't worried about nobody else's business. That's why every time TMZ asks me a question, I'll be like, I'm not thinking about that person. And that's why you don't see me on TMZ. I have no gossip or no talking about another man or another person I don't know in public. It's just not a manly thing. That's why it's hard for me to respect people that deliver gossip, which hence was like the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I don't respect y'all and y'all talk other people's business. You understand what I'm saying? I don't respect a man that don't act like one. So it's hard to respect their opinion. You ask me about another man, we already don't have a conversation because I'm not talking about no other man. If I got something to say about another man, I'm gonna say it to that man. I'm not gonna say it to a bunch of people that man's not around. There's no reason for it, especially if it ain't got nothing to do with me. It don't make no sense.
Can't be all work. This corporate America, we could be using
You don't
this.
own it.
But
I'm telling you, no, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Question, let me answer your question.
I'm listening.
Can you give it to your son?
How you what to my son?
Whatever you
shares
working
of this
for,
company, I
yeah.
absolutely positively can.
How?
Right, because I own shares of this company.
You bought them?
Yes.
What I'm saying is, can your son eat? Is this yours to give the whole company
This
to you?
full company is
I'm
not
asking
my son's. No,
exactly.
It's not mine. But I own
wait,
shares
stop.
of this company.
Listen. That's not my question. If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No.
No.
If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can you get it?
No.
All right, you don't own this.
But I can take the money from here to invest in myself.
No, it's not yours. I'm not gonna fight for something I don't own. Men don't do that. I don't fight for other niggas. I fight for me. I'm not a doula. I'm not gonna build somebody else's company and then take shares so my son can go all that.
But I'm not
no,
fighting for this company,
listen,
though.
what I'm saying.
But what about taking the money?
You come to work every
You took the money
day.
from Def Jam.
I didn't take.
whoever.
Stop! Don't say. See, you're speaking my business and you don't know what you're talking about. I ain't take no money from Def Jam. What you talking
What I mean
about?
take? I mean they cut you a
No,
check.
they didn't cut me a check. We had a formula based on performance, and they calculated and we got paid.
That's
and they
us.
Stop. That's not us.
That's what we
No,
doing.
we listen. Before we had Rockefeller. We put up our own money for Rockefeller, right?
Okay.
Then we sold half of it. We became partners. So that means no one gave us anything. We were 50-50 partners. We built something and sold it. That doesn't mean you work for somebody. See, they let you believe that. So then what happened was, based on a formula. You know what a formula is? It was profit times a certain number. So if you make this much profit times 7, that's how much your number is.
Okay.
Based on that formula, they bought the rest. That's it. That's not nobody giving me money. I never worked for them. I put up way more money than Def Jam put up. Me, Biggs, and Jay put way more money up into Def Jam. I mean, rather into Rockefeller than Def Jam. All they did was collect our money. What you mean? Why you think Def Jam? First of all, when we were with Def Jam, they were bought by Universal. How you gonna call Def? How you gonna think someone that's bought by someone could be someone's boss? That's my point. You have to understand what you're doing in business because you got to do what's best for your kids. What's best for your kids is to put your money into something, distress, go through all of it, so when your child becomes a man, he doesn't have to work for nobody.
Right, well, that's the
you
whole
can
thing.
just pass it to him.
Now you talk about
So if you're gonna work 20 years in a business or 15 years in a business every day over and over again, and your son can't work here whenever he feel like it, you clowning
Well,
me.
I don't want him to work
But that's
here. That's the
not
thing.
saying you.
I'm
If
here
you
because
owned
I
it, wait a
enjoy it.
second.
I'm here because I
Time
enjoy it.
out.
I don't need a check
That's
here.
stupid. You
Just
should be.
like Murder Mook,
Time
he
out.
rap because he enjoy it, not because he want a check.
You're wrong.
I'm here because
I like
I
the
enjoy
check.
it.
Wait, time out.
I'm here because I
Time out.
enjoy it.
You're lying.
I'm not serious. I don't need a
Before
check.
you lose your control,
No,
just
you say
stay
you do your
focused.
like you say, do your
So
homework.
here, listen
Do
to
your
me.
homework. I
So
work here because I enjoy
why don't you
it.
listen?
I work here for free.
Who could work? Would you ever enjoy being a slave?
It's not a slave. This is what I enjoy.
I don't think this is
enjoy
slavery,
DJing.
Dave.
Do you have to come to work today?
producing.
Do you have a
I enjoy
choice? Do you have to ask somebody when you have to?
anything.
Yes,
I
you do.
don't. I don't.
Or
I
you're
honestly
fired.
don't.
Can somebody tell you you
I
fired?
honestly don't.
Can somebody tell you you fired? Yes or no?
And be good.
Can another man say you're fired?
Absolutely.
No one can tell me that. and that's priceless to me.
But I'm here because I
don't
enjoy
care.
it.
You enjoy having a man be able
I
to
work here as long as I
fight.
want.
But you
Guys, the
What do you
big
mean?
guys,
How
the
am I not?
culture
Listen,
war.
it's easy to say that when you have a billion. I take them
No, it's
down without
not.
the billion.
It's hard.
Did you yell at him when you before you had the billion?
Fuck, I yell all the
You
time.
said be friends with him.
I did no.
You said be friends with him.
Listen, I respect them.
You
and
said be
I
friends with
listen.
him. You said
no.
you had more success being friends with him. That's how you got in the
Oh,
door.
oh, no, yes.
I fight him fucking head on.
Right.
I make books. I call their fucking names
know.
out. Leor Cohen, Charlie Walk. I fucking calling out Harvey Weinstein 10 years ago, bro. And making
good.
movies at the same
And
time.
that's honorable,
I did
and
it
you
on my
should do
own.
it.
I funded Lee Daniels.
Damn
I
right.
really walk it like I talk it. I put Jay-Z on, fucking Kevin Hart on, Lee Daniels on, Rachel Roy on, everybody in my culture that's doing it I put on. The person that's sitting with the president right now I put on. Whether he's saying doing it right or wrong, we all have a voice. I gave the culture a voice and I still fight for it and I made him rich. Don't tell me what to do. You go Google me before you talk to me about that. Then you
did.
should know better.
Listen,
I walk it like I talk it.
we're coming from the same thing. I'm only explaining my.
So you being selfish.
I'm
Do
ready
you
for
think
that.
your son enjoys you calling somebody else a boss? Don't you think your son would rather wake up with you and you could pick him up from school instead of having to do a 9 to 5?
I pick my
Don't you
son up
think?
every day.
Yeah, all right, but don't
I
you
pick
have to
my son
wake up?
every
It's
day.
4 in the morning. Don't you think your son would love if his name was up there, Dash, or whatever your last name is instead of somebody else's?
It's
My
Casey.
pride is
My
in
son
my
has a
children.
bunch
But
of-
Dave,
Like, look what I'm
What
doing
is
right
that?
now. Look at my son. I taught my son never to have a boss. He's 23. He owns a restaurant. He has cookies. He has equity. He busts his ass so he can pass it on to his son. If that's not what you hustlers for, you're selfish. You keep saying I'm worried about my kids. You worried about you.
My kids are good.
How they
My
good?
kids
Your
are
kids
good.
aren't gonna be kids.
I feel like I'm in the Def Jam boardroom and
They
backstage.
kids, they're not supposed to work. I'm saying when they men, you're supposed to pass them
They're not worried about
something. You working for another man.
They're worried about
See, to me, this is retarded.
basketball.
See,
We
this
have
is
some
a
questions. I feel like I'm in Def Jam's boardroom. This is not backstage.
Boss thoughts. I'm always thinking boss. I don't know what.
chapter right there. Boss thoughts.
I don't calm down.
Yes.
I don't know any other. I don't know any other language but boss language. You know what I'm saying? So when people don't talk in boss to me, I don't know what they're saying. You know what I'm saying?
It's a language.
There's approach.
It's a language. It's
Like people approach things like bosses, and people approach things like workers. A lot of people don't want to be bosses because there's so much responsibility that come with it. You understand? They're scared of it, and I always say that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But a boss only can think about it in boss terms. So if somebody says they want to get in business, some people might say, "Oh, I need somebody to give me a job." That's not a boss thought.
Right.
A boss says, "If I want to get in business, my thought is, if I want to get in business, I'm gonna create the business.
Figure
I'm gonna
a way
buy
to
the
do it.
business. You understand what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna do the business, but I'm not trying to be hired.
Yeah.
My approach is always gonna be bossy. You know, someone that's not used to being a boss, his thought process ain't bossy.
Fluent
He don't
boss.
have boss thoughts.
Fluent boss.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, fluent and boss. And if you don't talk to me in boss, I don't understand what you're saying. For real.
Be like, huh?
And people be
Be like,
thinking,
man,
and people will think you're an
Yeah.
asshole because they're like, no, that's not how I approach
Right,
things.
right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not celebrating that. That you got a
When
job.
you hear boss talk, it's like, I speak that.
Yeah,
I speak that language.
You can tell when somebody else talks boss.
Yeah.
Just by their approach on things. And someone that talks boss doesn't speak any other language. I only talk boss.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Some
Don't
people-
talk to me in
Some
any
people are
language.
fluent
but
in
boss.
gossip. Some people are fluent in
See, I don't
gangster.
understand that
Some
language.
people are fluent in gangster. Some people are fluent in being tough.
Right.
I'm fluent in
I'm
boss.
fluent in boss. I'm fluent in investing in yourself, put up your own bread, make something that you can pass back to your children. That's the language I talk. And any other language to me is foreign. It's not boss. So don't talk it to me.
Testosterone. Men should always want to be number one. A man should always want to be in. He has nuts. His job is to go make women pregnant and to go take care of his woman, to go eat, to be the champion. So he's supposed to be number one. Like me, us three sitting here, no matter what, he knows he can have this slap. He knows he can have it. Pause. In Harlem, we always think we supposed to think that because that's what real men think. You know, and that's what testosterone breeds. That's why you can't hire a bunch of men. They're gonna resent you. You know what you get when you give a bunch of men stuff? They resent you for that. They want to kill you because they want to be the boss. If a man doesn't want to be the boss, then he's not a real man. Every real man wants to be a boss. Who do the girls like? The boss. So everyone that has girlfriends, they're gonna keep their girls away from the boss because she's the most appealing, right?
Is that one of the reasons you've had a lot of problems with
I don't know
artists?
why. I've always been the boss. I don't know. Those are not problems for me. When men don't want to be around, that's better for me. I run into the women other places. It's all right. You know, like when a man talks bad about another dude in front of a woman, That's because he's afraid that the woman likes the other dude. So the more men or women or men talk about me to their women, the more the women come to me. I love it. So to me, that's the good guy. It's all about perspective. I'm the good guy. My home. Have I ever been the bad guy at home?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I've never been the bad guy. No, I've never. I'm always, like, if you at war, you the bad guy to the people you fighting. So whoever looks at me as a bad guy, they're on the wrong end. They're on the wrong team. If you're not honorable, if you don't play things fair, yeah, you better watch the up, because I'm protecting love. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause. I give it the platform to my friends, and I always have. While I haven't been around, a lot of people got fat, but all my friends are starving, or the people that I left out there. Everyone's starving, a couple of people are fat. We're taking it back so everybody can eat. Movies, radio, books, everything. Fashion, everything. And when we have it, no one's gonna have a boss. Everyone's gonna be a boss, period.
Are there times?
Gossip anymore, you can do different things.
Could you have gotten to the point that
How do you
Rockefeller
feel? Let me
got
ask you a
at?
question. How do you feel about the fact that you
damn
sell
it.
gossip for a living? Like, you sell gossip, you're a man. How do men sell gossip? That's for
sell
women.
gossip?
Maybe
You
don't
talk
gossip,
about,
though. Angela
y'all
does
talk
the
about what
report.
other people say. Every day y'all talking about what you heard. That's gossip.
That's all you listen
Yeah,
to
that's
when you're in
women
the
do
show,
that,
you're not
man. That's what
listening to
women
them.
do. I don't listen to your show. I don't want to
Well,
hear
you
about
need to listen
gossip.
to your shit. You need to
I be
listen to the show
asleep.
to
I'm a
understand
boss.
what
I
you're
wake up when I
talking
want. I don't be up that early.
I mean, I think there's a
I come
variety.
home that late. What
There's
you
a
talking
variety
about?
of things that we talk about on the
It's
show.
not
Yeah,
just
that's
You
that.
talk
I don't
about
think
what you told to talk about. You got a boss.
No, we actually come up with our own
You
stuff.
get told what to do.
Nah, we don't.
No, we definitely don't.
No, we
Your
don't.
boss tells you what to
No,
do.
you don't,
If I'm a
man.
boss, I tell whoever
If
I'm
that-
doing.
no,
Your
yeah.
boss, you lying.
My
No,
boss
you know why?
don't
What's your
tell
boss
me.
honestly-
name? What's your boss name?
Which one? We got a
Oh
bunch
my
of them. We got a
God!
bunch of them.
You proud to
We
say
got a
which
bunch of them.
one?
Yeah, we're on 50
I mean,
different markets.
yo,
We have a different a
I
bunch
mean,
of programs
it's not
in
your
different
market. You don't
markets.
own it.
Yeah, but
No,
we
but
don't-
honestly,
they don't tell us what to
if
talk about.
they told
Yes,
us what to
they
talk
do.
about them, you wouldn't be here. Because there's people here
Yes,
that's
they
like,
would.
yo,
I get ready.
don't let
Don't do
Dame
that.
come.
No one never
No,
said
I'm
that.
serious.
Your boss said that?
Yeah, they say
Who?
you.
Call him out.
They say you used to work
Call him
here.
out. Call him out.
Nobody like to work with you.
Call
You
him
used to
out.
work
Who
here.
said it?
I'm not gonna say his
So you
name.
gossiping. That's chatty. Don't tell me nothing unless you're gonna call somebody out of a shoe. That's girl to me.
But I'm just telling
Nah,
you.
I don't listen. Men that to me, right? Because I have testosterone, I got nuts. I don't listen to other men's gossip. And a man that gossips to me don't have nuts. That means he has a
It's not
vagina.
gossip though, because I'm telling
It
you
is
what
gossip.
they said.
Tell me who said it.
That's irrelevant.
Nah, then you see where I'm from. You don't do that. If you want to deliver
But
a
the point
message,
is you're here,
nah, I don't
though.
want to
You
hear
got-
that. It's you lying.
This guy
You lying.
Dame is crazy.
Call out a name or you lying. Call out a name. Be a man and call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty
All right,
patty.
I'm gossiping it. I'm
So,
chatty
all right, chatty patty.
I'm chatty catty.
So no chatty patty
Gossiping.
questions for me, man. Ask me a real question,
Tell
man.
him about
Don't
the
Hear about another dude, like, again, I hired him. He worked for 2 years, 3 years. He ran on a fight. Everybody saw it. He can't get over that. I know, because I seen him run. He talks tough. So maybe if he didn't talk so tough, I wouldn't have been so disappointed when he ran when I was fighting over my camera. But these are the kind of things, like, a man that's talking about other men, even if it's a year later, but like, who listens to that?
When you tried to,
It's a different world, bro. I don't get in the politics of slave mentality. I don't even hear the language. Again, like, if I can't sit there and listen to another man talk about another man, whether it's me or somebody else. I can't sit, there's a lot of interviews and I hear a lot of things that people say about me, and I never look at it because I don't want to see gossip about no man, not me or another man. It's just not a very manly thing to do to me. You feel me? Like, I got too much other shit to be worried about than what another man thinks of me or another man. And even wondering why another man hates his life so much that he just wants to talk about other men. Like, talk about some girls or something. Like, damn, this shit was 20 years ago.
Right.
But obviously, oh look, this is my OG, Daniel. Like, honestly, I don't have to clear it up. I do it by choice. So when people, when you come on the show to talk about business, you talk about people's personal thing. As a black woman, it kind of is like, damn, somebody from my culture will try to make money off somebody else's personal business, and why? What does it yield to know? My question is this: what does it yield for you to know my personal business?
Right.
I'm asking you, and you're making a living off that as a black woman in front of a black man. How do you do that to another black man? What if I didn't have the right answer? Why would you want my personal business out there, knowing I'm going to get my daughter right now, and we talking about a TV show? Why does my personal business yield? See, that's the problem. That's the war between each other, is we don't try to help each other. We try to gossip about each other. But even if people talking about that, you shouldn't be the person that actually stimulates that actually makes money and monetizes people's personal business. Black, white, man, or woman. It's just the thing. I don't do it. I don't monetize gossip. But I did bring it up and discuss it with you because you asked it because I'm a man. But I would expect you not to ask something like that because it's personal. It's not business. I'm not up here promoting that. So why would you do it? You tried to benefit from it. You exploited it. That's that culture vulture stuff I be talking about. You shouldn't even, like, I didn't bring up your divorce, I didn't bring up nothing I know. I did talk about it because you brought it up. No, you brought it up.
I didn't bring it up.
You brought up the child support case.
You brought that up.
Rewind it. I didn't bring up the child support case at all.
You said, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, so you brought it up. I'm glad you brought it up, but I'm surprised you did. I'm like, yo, I'm glad you brought it up so I can bring up the fact that people like you from our culture actually try to monetize people's personal business. And that's not all right. And we have to have some accountability for that. How are we going to move forward if we keep trying to push each other backwards?
Understood.
Like, you just heard me get off the phone with my daughter. You want to stimulate a conversation like that? What's wrong with you? You know I'm about to go see my daughter. So what, you want me to be mad at my daughter for your personal entertainment?
Absolutely.
That's the stuff we need to stop doing with each other. You should be ashamed of yourself for that. Thanks for the interview.
You're quite welcome. The next big thing happened.
Are there times in business you feel like you haven't been honorable and fair?
Never.
That you can, I mean, people do make mistakes because we're
Never.
human.
I've never not been honorable in business. Y'all keep telling me, every time I hear me not being honorable in business is from a radio show where men talk about men. It's never been from that man telling me in my face he has an issue with me. It's not a claim. It's never been no social media. How can a man say social media with a straight face? Men don't listen to social media. No, men don't listen to social media. A real man doesn't listen to a rumor. Let me ask you a question.
What about
real calm? Real calm. Does a real man listen to what another man says about another man? Yes or no?
I mean, you listen. It's up to you to take it in.
All right then. So you have no questions to ask me. I don't give a f.
But this is the radio business.
I don't give a f about the radio business.
You're an artist.
I don't give a f about nothing.
Y'all want to box or something?
He doesn't want to do that. That's not what he wants to do. But what I'm saying is this.
I just think usually it's over money that people
No,
have.
it don't be over no money. Because if it was over money, how much money? What's money to you?
But
It's all
money
relative.
to me, yeah. I mean, it's all relative, but
Is
sometimes
$100,000 money?
it's money.
Not to me.
But you can't do.
Not to me.
It is money though.
It's not to me. It's relative. I can't do shit with $100,000. My bills are way more than $100,000.
I forget all that money talk. That's
No,
cool.
I'm asking you a question. No, I'm trying to prove a point here so you can have a clarity of what y'all should be worried about.
So you're saying it's
I'm
all
telling you.
relative based on who you are, what money is? Because $100,000.
No, that's not what I asked you. I asked you, is $100,000 not to me? It's relative. So let me ask you a question. Would you disrespect me for $100,000?
No.
It's not worth disrespecting. It's not worth going to take your friend to court. It's not worth going to a radio station and talking about business. What's worth a real man talking about his business on the radio between another man? What's worth that? Let me ask you, from your opinion. The radio. How much money?
None. I don't need the money.
Exactly.
It's not relevant.
Exactly. So when a man comes on the radio and talks about money and they don't talk about me, I know that's not the issue. Because if it was really about money, he would have called me. He wouldn't have called you. He know I'm not listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
How am I listening to you ask me questions about another man's money? A real man don't answer those questions. A real man don't ask them.
Well, let's talk about you. Do you feel like you get your props as a mogul,
I
man?
don't care. I take my props.
Word.
I don't fuck about props. I do get my props. I'm not a mogul. I'm a tycoon. I sell oil. Don't disrespect me and say I do everything everybody else does. And I put up my own money. All these so-called moguls y'all talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours. So how much money can you get paid to not? There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No.
If you notice, I like to do a lot of different things, because it's not really about what people think. It's about what I think about myself. I'm constantly challenging myself. You know what I'm saying? I really could care less what other people think about what I'm doing. I just like to impress me. And it's not a selfish thing, it's just the truth. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm the only person that knows where I'm insecure. You know what I mean? So I like to do things I haven't done before. I like to break perception. If it's something that it's not expected for a black man to do, I like to do things that the average black man doesn't do, just so culturally black men will think they can do it. That's why I was so happy that there was a black president, because now everybody black knows they can be a president. I don't give a fuck how bad or good he is. That one thing is what I'm really happy about. You know what I mean? So that also comes into play. And then again, how much I'm gonna laugh. If I'm not gonna laugh that much, I'm not gonna do it. If I'm not gonna have fun, there's gonna be girls around. I gotta be around a bunch of dudes. I'm probably not gonna do it. I don't feel like being around a bunch of dudes at my age right now. Can my kids be?
It's just not having a boss, but it means you have to put up your own money, which to some people is unfathomable, which is unfathomable to me. You know, but that's only because I've had a certain way of living my whole life. Entrepreneur means you put up your own money, you buy some stuff and you sell it for probably double what you bought it. Or it could mean that you make money off somebody and you have a commission, but then it's gonna mean someone's gonna resent you, you know? But it's just being your own boss, really. And you know, being able to sacrifice what you call security for what some people call insecurity. Putting your money where your mouth is, eating the food you kill, being a true wild animal. You know, I'm just not a tame beast. I just never had a leash on my neck. I never had anyone pull me in any direction that I don't feel like going. I've never had to ask somebody when I could come in or when I could go, or you know, it's just nothing that I would want for my kids. It's nothing that I would want for anyone that I care about. And I care about my culture. I really do I care about my culture. Like my culture's like my block. The way I love my block, the way motherfuckers love their boroughs, the way niggas be screaming out Brooklyn, that's the way they supposed to be screaming out their culture. I love my culture. When someone from my culture wins, I'm happy, just like someone from my block wins. So I'm never mad when someone from my culture wins. When someone from my culture's fucking up, I'm not usually gonna do it in front of people. I might have an issue with it, but I'm not gonna publicly chastise that person because it kills the bigger picture. But when someone's raping my culture, when someone's abusing my culture, it's like watching a kid get molested. That's not my kid, but I'm not gonna sit there and watch it get molested. But really, you know, it's not my kid, it's my block. I'm not gonna sit there and watch my block get tore down, my culture get tore down just because I made it. So I just feel like as a culture, we all need to be questioning these people. Like, how come it's only me? It's just not having a boss, but it means you have to put up your own money, which to some people is unfathomable, which is unfathomable to me. You know, but that's only because I've had a certain way of living my whole life. Entrepreneur means you put up your own money, you buy some stuff and you sell it for probably double what you bought it. Or it could mean that you make money off somebody and you have a commission, but then it's gonna mean someone's gonna resent you. Man, even if it's a year later, but like, who listens to that? It's a different world, bro. I don't get in the politics of slave mentality. I don't even hear the language. Again, like I can't sit there and listen to another man talk about another man, whether it's me or somebody else. We are the source of the flavor. Like, again, I went to Africa, right? To Ghana. And had the crazy mangoes. I want some mango juice. You know how you gotta get mango juice in Africa? They take the mangoes, send them shit to like Ireland or something, then they send them back. We gotta buy the mangoes back from Ireland. It's the same shit. We make the shit, we give it to you, we gotta buy it back from y'all. We made it. That shit don't make no sense.
Natural.
That's insane.
But that's insane. That's how I'm looking at it for the last 20 years. I'm like, how the fuck y'all making more money than us? Why are you telling me what to do when I'm cooler than you? And I put up the money. Get the fuck out of here. That's what, you know, me being, I think, from Harlem and being confident, I've really been secure in the fact that everybody's a nerd. Like, nobody's cooler than me.
Right.
So I never really thought anyone could deserve to give me their opinions on things because they just weren't cooler than me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So if a nerd closes the door on my face, I'm kicking it down. By asking me, how did I feel about them closing the doors? Rockefeller. That's how I felt about it.
Exactly.
I came back through and said, I'm gonna take the whole industry.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the answer.
Right.
How did I feel about it? I laughed at those guys. I laughed at guys closing doors in offices that they didn't own.
That's why you put that middle finger up in that picture.
Like I always thought it was funny. I was like, damn, y'all, and I still think it's funny. When people make me the underdog, it's funny because they don't understand what the game I'm playing. Just because I'm not playing your game, or just because I'm not moving at the pace you moving, it don't mean I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Your win ain't the same win as mine. And it's never been. Like what I've always, like when someone thought a record deal was dope, I was like a label deal.